What's up, everybody? Tyson Roush. Let's talk Jets. Hope everybody's having an excellent weekend. The weather in New Jersey is awesome. 80 degrees and sunny all weekend. So if you're going to the beach, have a great time. The green and white scrimmage was today. There's a lot of reactions all over the place. But let me say this. Watch Aaron Glenn's press conference. He talked about hearing the JETS chant for the first time as a head coach. And it is awesome. He has so much passion and pride for this job. You know, back in the hiring process, a lot of people wanted Rex Ryan because he loved being a Jet. He wanted to be a Jet. You're seeing that same energy out of Aaron Glenn, which is awesome. In terms of the practice, you can't look too much into this, man, because there's going to be good days and bad days. This is a very young team, learning a new coaching staff, learning a new system, learning new players, all these moving parts. And most of the time, the defense is going to be ahead of the offense until the middle of camp, late camp. That was a part of it today. A lot of penalties today, which is unfortunate. But like to me right now, I'm not panicking because this coaching staff is making a concerted effort to address it. You want to make mistakes in practice so you can fix them. So the referees were all over it. Aaron Glenn's noting it. And now as a team, if you see these same kind of practices late August, then you be concerned. Or if you see in preseason games where it's a slop fest and everything else. But highlights, I think for the development of the offensive line is good, where you see the running game developing. I think the biggest note is how much the Jets, or where Aaron Glenn appreciates Isaiah Davis, where they have these three good running backs in Breece Hall, Brown out, Isaiah Davis, with all different types of skill sets, especially when you have the wide receiver group that is, after today, a little banged up, but maybe lacking some talent. You use Breece Hall as a receiver, use Isaiah Davis as a receiver, it gives you some versatility. You put them both in the backfield at the same time, there's some opportunities there. In terms of the tight end group, looks like Stone Smart had a pretty good day, and Ruckert, who's been a decent blocker, hopefully takes another step and becomes a better receiver. Mason Taylor still finding his way. I think the one group that I continue to look at is the wide receiver group, because after Garrett Wilson, I know Josh Reynolds got banged up. There is some concerns there. Lazard we know what he is. Aaron Smith's a rookie. Malachi Corley's unproven. Gibson's kind of let's say a gadget guy, but not really a guy. So to me, it's like an area of concern where you want to see guys develop. And if Josh Reynolds is out, you got to be like, all right, now what are we going to do here? Because you don't want to see Justin Fields drop back to pass and nobody be there, or not running the right routes, or not running Chris routes, or dropping the football, which was an issue last year for this team. So on offense, you see what happens. Justin Fields is showing off his legs. Again, I can't get on this over-analyzing Justin Fields right now, man. This is a long process. They have a long way to go implementing this offense and mastering it, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. Defensively, Brandon Stevens so far is as advertised in terms of a good way what Aaron Glenn sold us, as opposed to his reputation in Baltimore. That's a person to keep an eye on in terms of playing very well, pass breakups. A defensive line is really interesting, where you want to see these defensive tackles step up. Quinn Williams is probably going to be out a week or two, so you want to see what defensive tackles step up their game. Also, you want to see, what safeties. Malachi Moore, unfortunately, got hurt, so that's a step back. The one player that keeps getting mentioned is Quincy Williams, who's, we know what Quincy Williams is. He's an all-pro linebacker, and Aaron Glenn's talking about him being like the heartbeat of the defense, all his energy. I keep thinking the more Aaron Glenn talks, the more that Quincy Williams is going to get an extension to stay here. I think they have to. If he's going to be this much of an impact player and have this much of an impact on the defense, you get a feeling that he's going to be here a little bit longer. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, the other player I want to talk about was really interesting is Michael Clemens, who we all wrote off for penalties and bad tackling and bad everything, is sticking around, and slowly but surely is he becoming a player that's going to be here. And you always wonder when you change the staff, can this guy, will Aaron Glenn's message resonate with Clemens and make him a player that can actually stick here and be an impact player? So again, I think for this team, preseason games are going to be huge, where they're going to be evaluating all these talent. You're going to get plenty of opportunities to make the team or not make the team, or get reps or not get reps. To start, I think special teams will put a premium on that. I know Nick Folk didn't have the best of days today, but I think this is an early stages of the team where you don't want to overreact to anything, man. It's August 2nd. So I know everybody wants hot takes and this and that and panic and all this other stuff. It's early. I think you're encouraged. I think this team I think there's a lot of attention to detail and coaching, which is important. And it's a process, man. And as of now, I'm going to trust it. So other than that, have a good weekend. I'll talk to you later.